And welcome back, YouTube. This is Buster here with another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some Dungeons & Dragons miniature pickups that I have done recently. And it's mostly going to be from two separate lots. One I got on the site Troll and Toad. The other one I got from one particular seller on eBay that had combined shipping with their order. Most of the miniatures here I got either because I really like the particular miniature or to help fill some holes in my collection. With all that said, let's hop into the video and share with you guys what I got. First up, we have this really cool looking helmed horror miniature. I love the detail in this particular armor. It just has so much detail to it. The sword itself is supposed to be some sort of flaming sword, and it does not look all that great. I thought it looked fantastic in the pictures, but in reality it just looks like some sort of weird Ronald McDonald bondage type thing going on. The character itself is awesome. The sword leaves a little bit something to be desired. And that is the Helmed Horror Underdark Set Rare. Up next, I'm going to save that one. We have this fantastic looking gray render. And honestly, you could use it almost like as some sort of mud demon or like some sort of weird Slaad. Just has multiple different uses. And I really like this particular pose. It's simple with just the gray and like the body sculpting features, but it's also at the same time really awesome looking. That is the gray render Underdark Rare. Up next, this bad boy right here. From Underdark or Rare, we have the Draegloth. This one looks very fantastic. I love the way that the legs, this one's kind of bent, this one's almost like in a running position. The arms reaching out to grab its prey. The wicked hairstyle this particular one has. The demon eye. This is a fantastic Draegloth. I particularly love it. Even the like armor bits on him, like his gauntlet, his belt there. It just, those little touches that really bring this particular miniature to the forefront and make it a fantastic one to add to anybody's collection. This one here, the half Ogre Barbarian uncommon. I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally bought this. I was meaning to. I wrote down miniatures that I needed from this set, and for whatever reason I thought I needed him, but I did not. So this is a duplicate. Not a terrible duplicate, but a duplicate nonetheless. I'm sure I'm not the only one who ever's accidentally bought something before, so. And the last one from Underdark, and let me tell you, one of my favorite pieces out of my entire pickup is the Mounted Drow Patrol. I gotta say, I absolutely love this piece. The detail in the dinosaur that the Drow is riding on here is fantastic. I love the green scaliness. It shines when it's supposed to shine. It doesn't shine where it's not supposed to shine. The facial features on the dinosaur are fantastic. I love the muzzle and the riding material that it has. The Drow itself looks pretty cool. The only issue is on the face. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a little bit of green poking through. So I'm guessing when they painted it, either this whole piece came green and they forgot to paint that little green piece, or some green transferred on there. So either way, it's an easy fix. But the Mounted Drow Patrol is something that is incredibly useful in the campaign. If you're like trying to sneak up on a Drow city, then all of a sudden the Drow Patrol sees you, activates the alarm, calls reinforcements, and then you're in trouble. You either have to run, or you have to stand your ground and fight. The Mounted Drow Patrol is a fantastic piece to anybody's collection. So now we're going to move from Underdark to some Unhallowed miniatures. First up, we have this large Astral Construct. Something that you're probably not going to use too often, but it does exist if you need it. I think it looks pretty cool. Maybe it could be used as some sort of snow or ice demon if you need a substitute. Or maybe like an ice golem, a snow golem. You have your options. Pretty cool piece. The next one is a personal favorite. You probably know what this is already. That's right, it's a displacer beast. This one is the Manhunter, rare from Unhallowed. Absolutely fantastic miniature. Love the grainy detailness of the particular beast. The pose that it's in a swiping animation pose, very cool. Love the tails that it has, kind of flowing over it, and that viciousness in its eyes. It's ready for some food, and you're on its menu. Displacer Beast Manhunter, fantastic miniature. Up next, this one I still haven't taken off the support piece, as it came with it. But it is the Blood Golem of Hexdore. This is kind of like a mechanical being, very cool. I love the tanks in the back. Something very not so much D&D, but more along the lines of cyberpunk or Pathfinder-esque. Very cool miniature nonetheless. It was a very cost-effective one, so I didn't spend a lot of money on him. I think it's really cool to have in your collection if you need something more mechanical-like. And the final one from the Unhallowed set. And I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce this name, so I'm gonna take a crack at it. Is it Tsucora Quori? The Tsucora Quori. This, in my opinion, is a really, really cool miniature. A nightmare miniature. One that I believe it's Eberron that you would see often in there as a serpent-like it's like a one that they would summon to do their dirty work for them, kind of like a frontline demon. Very cool. Very well detailed. I love the scaling in the back here. All the little spikes on the claw. It's menacing. It is a fantastic miniature. I'm very happy to have added it to my collection. Alright. So we're going to take those ones down and move on to the next batch of miniatures. So we're going to move to the Night Below set. We're going to start off with the Valiant Cavalry. Now I have actually the skeleton version of this. It's called the Skeletal Courser, but I'd never had the non-skeleton version. I think it looks pretty cool. The horse is a fantastic piece there. Has some pretty cool armaments, and the saddle is very elaborate. The character's armor is really cool golden, like he's a high-ranking soldier. However, if you look at his face, it kind of looks cartoonish, like he's looking at a deer in the headlights. Very like, oh, how did I get to this position? I'm not ready for this battle. Maybe he's a high-ranking guard that hasn't had much experience due to family power. Very, very interesting piece, and I love the galloping pose of the horse. Just wish it wasn't leaning so much, but that could be fixed with the hot cold method. So, up next, from Night Blue, let's try to. We have Hierophant of the Seventh Wind. Now, I know Hierophant is a class that you could choose, or a race that's available as like NPCs. However, I tried to do some research and I could not find too much on the Seventh Wind character, so I don't know if that's something very specific to one of the manuals, or a campaign, or if it's just somebody's made-up character. I could not find too much information on the Seventh Wind character. Nonetheless, it could be a great PC character if someone wants to be a Hierophant, or it could be a great NPC character as like somebody who is like full of wisdom and can teach you some abilities in the future. Very cool character nonetheless. The face is not very good on this guy, but the rest of him is really cool. I love the elaborate outfit. The wand is pretty cool. Of course, the cape flowing on the wind, and that really cool, like riding on air, that's pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. That's Hierophant of the Seventh Wind. And the last one, but certainly not least, from Night Blue, we got a large gold dragon. This one is super cool. I love the gold wings. Honestly, everything on this guy is really cool. I love the pose. It looks like he's in a pose ready to give you some words of wisdom. Love the eyes here, which you can barely see but are there. The dragon fangs and horns popping out of his head is really cool too. Just looks like a really elder golden dragon that's full of wisdom. Fantastic piece. So that's it for Night Below. Now we're going to move to Dungeons of Dread miniatures. First up, we got this Minotaur. And this is the Champion of Bafflement. Really cool large Minotaur. Love the gold medallion as like a symbol of his strength. The hammer with the Minotaur logo, very cool. Just a really cool large Minotaur if you ever need a Minotaur for anything. I like him quite a bit. Then we move on to this really cool Wyvern. Honestly, he looks less dragon and more chicken to me, like an overgrown chicken. But that's not a bad thing. He looks really cool. I love the detail in his teeth. His teeth have a lot of detail. That's fantastic. His wings are really well done. Its tail kind of arcs back in a like he's really, really angry type of way. Fantastic miniature. That's the Wyvern. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. This is the Warrior White from Dungeons of Dread. It is an uncommon. Always cool to have an undead warrior type character. Love the white hair, the tattered cape, like it's been through a lot of combat, as that type of creature should be. The shield is really cool, ornate. Fantastic, uncommon. Then we're going to go to the Lamia, or Lamia. I'm not going to lie, not the best face paint job here, but I love the scaliness of the character's bottom half of their body, and how it's kind of like transforming from one to the other. Really, really cool. Probably won't use this one too often, but very nice to have nonetheless. The next one from Dungeons of Dread is this the Cleric? The Halfling Paladin. Always nice to have halfling player characters, in case anybody ever wants to be one. Always nice to have around. Also could be great as a PC if you're in some sort of halfling village or a major town, and you know they're at the local sorry, I am drawing a blank right now. At the local clergy or cleric, you know. Basically, if you ever just need a good healer or a good NPC to help teach you some healing abilities, this would work great. And then we get to one of my other favorite ones of this particular video, and that is the Immolith from Dungeons of Dread. I absolutely love this guy. Now this could be used for many, many things. It could be used as some sort of deity that's summoned, and you can make a pact with them. It could be used as like a demon pact. Just some sort of big fiery demon that's summoned and a ritual that you gotta defeat. This has multiple purposes, and I absolutely love it. And I love the translucency, the yellow to red, or yellow-orange to red, the demon skull face, the multiple hands. It is just a fantastic one. I just wish the only issue is I kind of wish I had some bones floating around in it. That'd be really cool. And the last, but certainly not least, from Dungeons of Dread, probably my favorite miniature out of this slot. It's small, but it's really effective, and that is the Skeletal Tomb Guard. I absolutely love this miniature. 4-armed, sword-wielding skeleton. Yeah, they could have put some armor on it to give it that little extra defense, but when you have 4 arms and wielding 4 swords, you don't necessarily need armor. This one is probably my favorite miniature out of the lot. I love skeletons, zombies, undead, all those type of miniatures I absolutely love. And I don't know why, but I think that this one reminds me of an enemy from Castlevania. There's so many video games that have sword-wielding skeletons. It just reminds me of that so much, and I absolutely love it. One that is definitely going to be a centerpiece in my collection, even though it's small. I absolutely love it. And with all that said, we are down to our last few miniatures from Demonweb. So the first one from Demonweb is this really cool Knoll. It is the Knoll Demon Adept. Now, of course, you don't have to use it just as the Demon Adept. You could use it as anything, just a regular Knoll or a powered-up Knoll. Wielding that really cool chain mace, has that shield. Some really cool, like, extra spikeage or thornage coming out of him there. Really cool. I like that a lot. Looks grizzlied. Looks like a veteran. Definitely a powerful Knoll. One that you would not want to run into. And then we have the final D&D miniature of this video, the Cursed Slaad. Now that's kind of cool looking there. Definitely a large and in charge, powerful Slaad. One that could be like a rising up out of the swamp, or rising up out of the sewage, or maybe living in some sort of forested area. Really cool. Definitely one you would not want to run into. Absolutely love the extra detail on him. Fantastic. So that's it for the Dungeons & Dragons miniatures. There is one bonus item that I want to share with you, though. It's not Dungeons & Dragons. It is Yu-Gi-Oh! That is the Y-Head Dragon. So now I have all commons, all uncommons, and all rares from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 3 HeroClix set with this Y Dragon head. So with all that said, a couple things to note. I'm only missing 2 miniatures from the Underdark set now. I'm only missing 3 from Unhallowed and 4 from Night Below. I do plan to get some of those. I'm probably not going to get the ones from Underdark because the ones I'm missing from there are expensive. But I might get... I'm going to try to complete... Get as close to complete for those 3 sets as I can. Because I really do like those sets a lot. They have some fantastic miniatures. I also want to try to complete Dungeons of Dread, but some of the ones I'm missing are also quite expensive. Yeah, so with all that said, I think I am done with this video. This has been Booster Box Buster, sharing with you some Dungeons & Dragons miniatures pickups that I have done. 2 lots worth. And I just want to say, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you want to see future content like that, hit that subscribe button. And let me know in the comments down below what your favorite miniature was from this particular video. With all that said, this is Booster Box Buster, and I'm signing out. Peace.